So guys, welcome back to another video. In this one today, we are going to be talking about the best team this season items that are currently available in Ultimate Team. I'm going to be giving you guys my top 10. If you want to improve your Ultimate Team and need some coins to do so, you should check out my sponsor, IG Vault. There's a link to do so in the description, and if you use the code Kieran, you'll get yourself a nice little discount off your order. Now this video is obviously going to be based on the community and EFL Team of the Season player selections, and I'll make this a weekly thing if you guys want to see it, and if you do, make sure you let me know by leaving a like rating on the video. Don't forget to be active in the comment section down below too. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Who are your favourite Team of the Season players so far? And also, have you managed to pack any? Let me know all that good stuff down in the comment section. Now do remember the top 10 you're going to see in this video is my opinion, but obviously you guys know I have used a bunch of these cards, and yeah, if you want to see individual player reviews on any of these players, check out the channel, and most of them will be up by the time you are watching this video. Couple of quick notes before we get into things. First of all, value for money does matter in these rankings, and secondly, I've chosen not to include any SBC or objective players, and that's because when people are watching this video going forward, they won't be able to go out and buy those players, so we're only going to be discussing players who are available on the market. So, let's now begin. In at number 10 for me is the Bundesliga right back Mukiele, who is currently coming in at around 300,000 coins, and he's just got a really stacked item. 3-star on a fullback isn't too bad, but ultimately this is just a card that is stacked. The defensive stats are great, the physicals are class, and obviously he's got plenty of pace. Now, there's a lot of things that I like about this card, but there's also some things that I don't like, and one of those things that I don't like is the fact that people use this guy as a centre-back, and he's a brilliant centre-back as well, and yeah, it's just really frustrating where this game has gone. I hope in future FIFAs, if players are played off chemistry, they're more heavily downgraded in stats, because that's the only way we're going to stop this kind of thing from happening. It's very frustrating. As I say, this guy is a great right back, but he's an even better centre back, and he's very frustrating to play against. Following on from him, we have another defender in at number 9, and it is an 85 rated card, and it's Ricardo Santos. Now, I know his overall rating isn't as impressive as some of the other cards featuring in this video, but like I touched on when I reviewed him, he's got big stats in key areas for a centre-back, and ultimately, he's one of these players that if he was in a different league, you can add a 0 on the end to his price tag. He's 25k right now, and he's cheap because he's hard to link. Also, I guess with him being low rated, he's packed a lot, but the main reason his price is that low is because he's not easy to link into high level sides. But if this guy was in the Premier League, as I say, definitely add a 0 on the end of his price, maybe even more. He's a really good card, to be fair. He is quite tall, so he maybe doesn't feel as quick as the pace suggests, but still, he's quick enough for this game. He's got ridiculous physicals, he's an absolute beast in the air despite not having good jumping, and defensively for me, he was really solid. And one thing that I like about this card as well is he's got a couple of 99 stats in key areas: agility, strength, and composure, which are big areas for centre backs, especially the strength. So yeah, really happy with this card, and like I touched on earlier in the video, value for money does count in these rankings, and at 25k this card is excellent value for money. If you can get him into your side on full chem, he's going to do a really good job for you. Switching things up now, we're going to go for an attacker. We have Harvey Barnes, who just has an absolutely stacked item. Like, there really isn't many bad attributes on this card. All of his stats are, you know, pretty high level, as you'd expect from a team of the season card. And it's just a really good item, and in game he's very quick, he's a great finisher for a wide man, and the guy can just certainly contribute to your team, which is absolutely fantastic, and he's definitely up there with some of the best Premier League wingers available. I don't quite think he's as good as Footbeth is Sterling, to be honest, as I slowly lose my voice there, but still, he is an excellent wing option, and if you get him, I'm sure he'll do a very good job for you in attack for your Premier League teams. I don't think it will come as a surprise to anyone that WAN-BISSAKA does feature in my top 10, and he's a really good card. He's a brilliant right back. I just think he's a bit overpriced, if I'm being honest, but I do expect his price to come down, especially when we do see the Premier League team this season drop, because we'll obviously have another option. But anyway, WAN-BISSAKA, he looks class, he is class, he's got ridiculous physicals, very good defending, and also his dribbling is really nice for a fullback as well, and he just makes for an excellent right back option. Celtic's Edouard is the next player we're going to talk about, and straight up he's in here because I think he is terrific value. He's currently going for around 65,000 coins on both consoles, and as I say, I think that's terrific value for this card. When I used him, I thought he was really, really good. And he's not just a good card, he was also pretty fun to use as well, which is something that I really, really did like about the card. Also, he's one of these tall forwards who's actually got pretty nice dribbling and doesn't feel that bad on the ball in game, which is a big, big benefit in my opinion. Also think he's a very good finisher, and yeah, I just like what he can bring to a game. He's got pace, he's got good shooting ability, his physicals are great, he can dribble a bit, and his passing isn't too bad. And 4-star on top of that, it's a very good card. And yeah, as I say, I think if this guy was in a bit more of a popular league, he would be much more expensive. But still, he's got the French link, so he is easy to link into FUT champs sides. And as I say, if you haven't tried this card already, I reckon it's worth trying out because, as I said, it's a good item. Okay, now we get into my top 5, and we're going to start with a player who I think might be the most underrated team this season card that has been released so far. It's Zielinski, who is currently around 80,000 coins, and I think he's class. I really, really enjoyed using this card when I did. Really nice passing, definitely has good shooting ability, very, very quick in game, and his dribbling for me just felt excellent. He was really, really quick on the 10, and on top of all these really, really good stats, he's got a 5-star weak foot, which is just huge in game, especially for a midfielder. As I say, excellent card, and if you want to see a more in-depth video on him, check out the player review I did. As I say, I really enjoyed him, and considering his price is even cheaper now than what I paid for him when I reviewed him, I just think he's excellent value for money and definitely worth trying if you run with a Serie A based side. I don't think anyone will be surprised to see Valverde feature in this top 10 just because he's got a ridiculous item. It's really, really good, and it's very, very well rounded. He's actually a 97 rated centre mid in game with a basic chem style, which is pretty crazy, and yeah, it's just a insane card. He maybe could have ranked higher, but he obviously is very, very expensive. And if I'm being honest, I don't think he's great value for money, especially when you can pick up someone like a FUT birthday Luka Modric for around 250k, who I think is you know, not too far off that Valverde item, and in some areas is actually better. So some things to consider right there. Also, I think this Valverde lacks in the weak foot area as well. He's very one-footed for most part, but yeah, terrific card, but as I say, I just think a little bit overpriced. In at number 3 is David Alaba, straight up endgame centre-back without a doubt, and probably is the best left-footed centre-back currently available in the game that is not an icon. It's a terrific card. Now, he is 5'11", so fair enough, he's a bit short for a centre-back, but he's got 97 jumping to make up for that, and let's be honest, not too many people cross in this year's Ultimate Team anyway, so that's not a massive problem. What's actually better in-game is that Alaba is pretty mobile, and he's also really quick, so when on the 10, he is able to catch up to them through balls, which is great. And defensively, he's got insane stats, and he is very, very good defensively. He's got nice physicals, and also really good passing, which definitely can be beneficial for a centre-back when clearing out at the back. It means you're not just having to fill up the field all the time, you can go for a nice place long ball, or even just pass it out at the back. And another thing on top of all that is the fact that it's just a really well-rounded item, so you can literally play this card where you want. I think he'd actually do a great job in any position other than striker, because he doesn't quite have the shooting stats, because he's only got 70 finishing, but if you gave him a Hunter Kemp style, he would then have 80 finishing, so I guess he could do an okay job in striker, but let's be honest, no one's playing him there. He's either going to get used as a centre-back or as a CDM, and he will do a terrific job in both. I actually think this card is like a very, very elite centre-back item and an elite CDM option. I'll be very interested to see what people make of this one. I am putting Tagliafico at number 2 in my top 10. I think this card is ridiculous. It's a brilliant fullback item, and this is another one. If he was in, you know, a more popular league, you could like double, triple, like maybe even more his price. He is without doubt one of the best left backs in the game, and he's actually a 97 rated left back as well with an anchor or shadow chem style. But even with that aside, just look at the stats. They're crazy. Elite pace, ridiculously good physicals, very, very nice defending, and also great dribbling too, and his passing stats are also up to a really, really good standard. If you take out that 50 free kick accuracy, his passing average goes up by quite a bit. The guy can do it all apart from shoot, which is absolutely fine for a fullback once again, an elite item, and ultimately, I think 150k is a very good price for him. If you can fit him into your side, you've got yourselves a top-class endgame, without a doubt, left back. And also, I'm a big fan of his dynamic image too. And finally, at number 1, it's a pretty obvious choice if you watch my videos, it's Buendia. And if you watch the player review, you will know I absolutely loved this card. Without doubt, one of the best items I've used all year long, a really fun card to use, and just a very effective one as well. He is an elite winger and an elite cam option. There's only one thing I didn't like about this card, and that was his stamina. It's pretty average at just 82, and what's actually quite interesting about that stamina stat is his 86 rated squad foundations card has 83 stamina. Like, yeah, what's going on there? Like, that's just weird. Anyway, Buendia's team season card is excellent, and if you can get hold of it, I do recommend doing so. Just try it out, because, as I say, I think it's a brilliant, brilliant item. I loved him as a cam, loved him on the wing, and I even played him as a striker in some of my weekend league games as well. And yeah, he's just a great player who offers terrific utility value. 4-star, 4-star on him as well, which is huge. And yeah, just a top tier card. So really happy with that one. And without a doubt for me, is the best player to come out from Team of the Season so far in regards to the community and EFL teams of the season. So that's going to do us for this video. That is my top 10 of Team of the Season players so far. In the comments below, I do want to hear from you guys. Let me know your top 10, or at least, you know, your top 3. Also, let me know if you've packed any of these blue items yet, and do leave a like rating on the video if you've enjoyed it, and also if you want to see this become a recurring thing. As I say, I'll do it for all the other Team of the Season sets as well. So that's pretty much it from me. So thanks for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.